Alright, we're watching Skippio, who's playing Baptiste, Kiriko, and Illari on King's Row. This is going to be Gold 1 on console. I recently deranked from Plat 1 down to High Gold in both the tank and support roles, and I could use some guidance and fresh perspectives because I feel like I'm in the worst losing stretch of my Overwatch career. For this game, couldn't cap the last leg, had a tough defense phase, but we felt we had a shot during the push. Started defense as Baptiste, but we gave up a crucial high ground early, and then my positioning failed my tank and we got stomped on first point. I changed the Kiriko for specific counters, so to Jungle Queen, Ult, and Widow, and had mixed results. On attack, I feel like I should have opted for Hero with stronger burst heals during the endgame. I started with Illari and basically blew both my ults for almost no real value. I don't know if I totally agree with that. And just generally made bad decisions on targets. Once he capped and I switched back to Kiri, I got picks on the range damage players. I think they just didn't realize my shots were a threat and don't think my plays would work in higher elo at all. I also feel like I missed some key opportunities to use Suzu effectively. Would love some targeted feedback on this. Okay, so I've seen this whole game. You're going to make a bunch of small mistakes along the way with like abilities, etc. But the overarching single tip that I would give you is if you're going to be playing in like a main healer role, which is what you're doing this whole time, right? Because if you're paired with Mercy, I would never expect a Mercy to be healing your tank. Like, I would think it is my job to keep my tank alive. The Mercy will focus on DPS because Mercy's just way better at like healing and pocketing and enabling your DPS than she is your tank. So at basically all elos, you should expect that your Mercy is not going to be focused on your tank, and you should be picking a support that can keep your tank alive, which you are. All the supports that you picked throughout this entire game can keep your tank alive. So your perspective should be keep my tank alive. If my tank dies, there's a very strong chance that's my fault. Is your tank going to make mistakes? They're absolutely going to make mistakes, but supports have a lot of tools in their kit that help them save their tank. So for example, Baptiste has Lamp, right, and Regen Burst, which allow them to be like, oh, tank make a mistake, I can just cover up for that mistake, and then they can survive and go on. If your tank's obviously going to like feed, there's only so much you can do. But most games are not going to be like that, right? The vast majority of games are really not going to be like that, where there's a lot that you can do there to save your tank. So I think that's the overarching tip that I have, is a lot of these fights, I look at them, and my immediate read is, there's no way for you to win this fight because you're letting your tank die, like, over and over and over again, and then once your tank dies, the fight is over. The overwhelming majority of the time, if your tank dies, unless you've managed to get a pick or multiple picks in the opposing team, you are probably going to lose a fight. Like, you have to keep the tank alive. That should be your number one priority. Okay, as main healer. So that's number one. Number two is mechanics, right? But in particular, I would note that you're not weaving on Baptiste or on Kiriko to the extent that you need to be. And that's something that, like, you really need to sit down and practice and get the muscle memory down. I'm not saying that you'd like go to training range and do it. Like, you can do that if you want. But like, if you're playing Baptiste, I really insist, and hopefully you've already seen my weaving video on this, it's critical to just constantly be weaving, right? Shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, over and over and over and over and over again. And when you're first learning it, it might be helpful to do it even when there's no targets there, just to get yourself into the rhythm of constantly doing it. Shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, over and over and over and over and over again, like incessantly. And occasionally, if you really need extra healing, you do shoot heal. But I think shoot heal is like almost always better. So that should be your perspective. Again, just constantly doing shoot heal. Kiriko's the same way. So they changed it a little bit so that healing is actually a little better now. So I think shoot heal is pretty reasonable, but shoot heal is still fine in Kiriko as long as someone's not about to like critically die. So beyond that, it's going to come down to like ability usage and letting people die. So we're going to start this game, and the very first death that's going to happen, I don't think your tank plays well this entire game. I think your tank is definitely kind of a problem here, but you know, it is what it is. You do the best you can. So your tank's playing over here, and then I think where you're playing over here is fine. I would kind of hug the wall, because if you play outside of the wall, like over here, the Widow can kill you. If you play close to the wall, you're good. So where you're playing right now is fine, but I would just note that this is not fine. Running across in a straight line is not a good idea. It is not your job to deal with the Widow. Baptiste has major damage fall off. You do almost no damage at this range to the Widow. It's simply not your job. Like, Baptiste's job is anything within like 15 to 20 meters. That's your job. Someone who is 50, 60 meters away on high ground, it's not your problem. You have better things to do than to take that fight against the Widow. That's number one. Number two, for your tank here, ideally your tank is going to retreat this way towards the point. If they go this way around the statue, that's okay, but they shouldn't stay there for that long. But either way, you can't be stepping up over here because this is super dangerous. Because, for example, if the Jungle Queen pops Shout and runs at you, nothing's going to stop her from killing you, right? You don't have any tools in that situation to not die other than to kill the Junker Queen fast enough. And if the enemy team like floods in here and runs dive, then you just die. So kind of a tough situation here. So we already see there is a problem, right? Note from here, all right? Tanks at this point, you see the tanks getting low, getting low, getting low. The tank has now lost 500 health, and you have not healed any of it. And you are the main healer, the tank healer for this game. This is fight losing. And it might seem like a small thing, but it's not. Like, you can't have this happen with your tank, having them take that much damage, and you didn't heal any of it. Baptiste heals a lot, right? He's a really, really, really good, like, straight out, like, numbers healer, because you can weave in the damage, put in the heals, and then you also have regen burst, which is the single strongest healing, non-ultimate healing ability in the game. You can be healing a ton. If you had been here the whole time, your Orisa is not at 64 health. She's at full health right now from how much healing that you could be cranking out. So this is an issue. Now, the problem is it's not entirely your fault, because your tank shouldn't be playing this side of the statue. Your tank should be playing this side of the statue, in which case you could have weaved the whole time. And I know this is a part of a 3-stack. I don't know if your tank is part of that 3-stack or not, but if they are, I would note that they shouldn't be playing this side. So now that gets us to point number 3, which is, what do you do when your tank is not playing the correct spot? Do you stay in the correct spot, or do you go over to your tank? Well, the choice here is that you should go over to your tank. So if you had an inkling that your Orisa is going to be playing left side of the statue, like when I see this, I think the Orisa is going to play left side of the statue, because her retreat path is too long now to go to the right. So if she's taking damage, she's probably going to retreat to the left. In this case, I'm already going to start rotating to this side of the statue. And it's unfortunate because it's going to expose you to the Widow, but you kind of don't have a choice here, because I'm too worried about my Orisa getting out of my LOS. Right? Like, this is all bad. Also, you could have gotten a heal here. From this moment in time, right? Shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot. Oh, nobody heal? Okay, now I'm rotating. Rotate, rotate. I have to rotate here. So your Orisa's going to die, and you didn't do anything here to save her. This is fight losing. I cannot, like, sugarcoat this is fight losing. If your tank dies here, the fight is over. Now, you're extremely lucky because the Junker Queen is not going to push in right now, and Mercy's going to get a free res. So what should have been a lost fight is now reset, and you have a chance to win this fight again because the res got off, and now you're back to even. So you need to book it over here and get here so you can go shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal over and over and over again. That's the gameplay loop for Baptiste. There is no way to play Baptiste that does not involve that. It is not like optional. It's like, oh, that's a particular style of Baptiste. That is the way Baptiste works. It would be like playing Mercy and exclusively using your pistol because you think pistols are good. It's not the way the hero is designed. It's not effective. So again, notice your Orisa's doing a lot of fighting over here. You're doing no healing, no assistance whatsoever to your tank. It is your job to keep your tank alive. It is the Mercy's job to damage pocket, right, your DPS. She can't do that because the Orisa's taking damage, a reasonable amount of damage here. Like, this is the choke. Your Orisa's taking damage, and your Mercy's forced to constantly heal to keep the Orisa up. This is 100% your fault. Like, you have to have rotated by now and played with the Orisa. And if you were playing here with the Orisa, I think this is like a trivial hold. Junker Queen's not a good matchup against Orisa, and I think that you just kind of like wreck her and force her to like die, go back, and switch to another hero because this is not going to work. But because you're not here, you're adding no value. But let's point right here. So Orisa's over here. We can see that she's blue. Blue means healthy. Okay, so she's starting to turn colors. So now she's yellow. So she's taking some damage, but she's nowhere close to critical. She's still here, right? Again, notice she's not actually particularly low. Why are you throwing Lamp right now? So Lamp has, I think, the second longest cooldown in the game. I think Res is longer. So it's certainly up there, right? If it's not number 2, it's going to be like number 3. This is very, very bad because you just threw an incredibly powerful ability with a super long cooldown that's going to do nothing. Lamp doesn't reduce the damage they take, okay? It doesn't do anything until they drop down to, is it 10% now? 10 or 20. But whatever it is, it's not going to do anything until they drop down that point, and then it's going to prevent any further damage. This Lamp is 100% a waste at this moment in time. Right? And I think that this is a reaction to the fact that your Orisa died earlier, and you're like, oh no, my Orisa might die really quickly. Like, I got to throw Lamp out there. You do not need to throw Lamp. This is a mistake. Just rotate over, start weaving, and you're good to go. This is a big mistake. So that's big mistake. I mean, I don't know, we're on big mistake number 2 or 3 at this point, but let's call it 2. Number 3 is I start rotating. You see the Widow on your screen. What do? I immediately start AD strafing, right? Take this duel, maybe try to come back, shooting at her, poking at her until she takes a shot. Once she takes a shot, then I can move, because then she's going to need to charge up to take the next shot. But until she takes a shot, I have to respect the fact that the Widow might kill me here. Is that what you do? Right? You're looking? Oh, look. You see? Oh, there's a Widow staring at me? And you run over. Hopefully it's clear all the things you did wrong. So you're going to run in a straight line across. You see the Widow. You're slow to react to the Widow. But even after you see the Widow, you're still probably good here if you just like crouch as you go to the left, and you're good. But instead of trying to take cover here, you run at the Widow here, and then she's going to pop you. So looking at it from the Widow's perspective, so you are crossing left to right. Okay, great. You were in cover. At that point, you're good. Now you're running in a straight line at her, and you see how easy that shot is? You can't do this. If you want to get the higher ranks, like you have to be like aware. My best guess here, actually, did you even shoot at her? I think you shot at her. Yeah, so you knew she was there, right? And certainly at the very end, you knew her because you shot at her. But my best guess is that you were not really aware of the fact that she was there. But regardless, there was no reason to go this side of the statue at this point. You should just kept rotating behind and kept your tank in front of you. This is where Baptiste wants to be. You want to be roughly 10 meters, 10 to 15 meters away from your tank. You want to be have the enemy in front of you, so you can go shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. I don't want to be in a situation like, let's imagine the statue's not here for a second, right? I don't want to be in a situation like this and do like shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, because then they can rush me down. That's no good. But if we imagine the statue's not here, I don't want to be over here either, because again, like forget the distance for a second, but if I do shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, you see how much farther I have to snap? That makes it a lot harder, I suspect, on controller as well. It makes it a lot harder to like accurately take shots and go back and forth. That's why if you stand in line, it's very easy. Shoot, shoot, heal, only a slight movement. Shoot, shoot, heal, slight movement. Shoot, shoot, heal, like that. So there's multiple major mistakes here that mean that the first point is like basically unholdable. Like on a 1 to 10 scale of like how much value you added to your team, where 10 is like amazing, carrying the game, and 5 is average, I think you were like a 2. Like there's no reason to expect that you should have won that first point playing like that. All right, reset. One quick note: your healing actually is generally pretty good in this game, but whenever you have heals that go blue, that means that they're not tracking. That's not good. Now, they happen to hit her here. Actually, one hits her, the other one doesn't. But don't miss heals. Healing is a tracking ability. There's no excuse to miss healing on a teammate, right? Very, very important to make sure you hit heals there. I think that swapping Kiriko here is okay. Obviously, it's good against Junker Queen. It allows you to pressure the snipers. I think it's fine. I don't think that you needed to swap Kiriko here. And that's something I've noticed a bit from watching your previous... I feel like you play a lot of heroes. Is that true? I'm trying to remember the last game I reviewed for you. But at a minimum, you go through 3 different support heroes in this game. And I always get nervous when people in lower ranks play a lot of heroes, because so much of getting better at the game is improving at one hero. Because at the end of the day, you can only play one hero at a time. So it's better to play a hero that you're really good at, but is suboptimal for the situation, than to play a hero that's great for the situation, but you're not good at because you don't have the hours in. And when you look at a hero like Baptiste, who is very mechanically intensive, right, needing to weave constantly, I think that's an enormous mental burden for a lot of players. It's just trying to constantly weave under pressure. Like, calmly, sure, but once like things like, you know, the poop hits the fan and like there's a lot of stuff going on, their weaving will stop because they start panicking and it's too stressful for them to do it. But that's exactly when weaving matters the most. When it's super important for you to be maximizing every little bit of value. That comes with tons and tons of practice on Baptiste. Like, we're talking hundreds of hours of Baptiste. And if you're swapping off Baptiste, like, you know, I don't know if you want Baptiste to be main or not, but if you're swapping off Baptiste like so quickly because, oh, they have a Widow and a Junker Queen, I think that's not a great route to learn in general. Is Kiriko potentially a better pick here in period? Maybe. I think it's pretty borderline. I mean, Baptiste is a phenomenal brawl hero. You can obviously melt the Junker Queen here. You can melt the Lucio. You can melt the Zenyatta. Like, they have a very low healing lineup, so you can just out-sustain them very, very easily. But yeah, I mean, just a note here. I think be careful of how quickly you swap. I think people think of Overwatch as like Counterwatch, like, oh, you're always switching to counters. I don't think that's true the overwhelming majority of the time, and you're often better off playing heroes that you're just very, very good at and focusing on improving at them. All right, continuing on. So you saw the Widow shot. This is dangerous. So this is what's called a wide peek. So peeking is when you look around a corner. Okay. So this, right? So this would be like a jiggle peek. Actually, let me go from the types of peaks from smallest to largest. This is a shoulder peek. So you see, I can't even see them right now, which is intentional because your hitbox is actually larger than what you can see. Kiriko's a bad example because she's actually kind of thin. But for Mercy, for example, right, you see that your camera is actually going to be right here where the head is. There's going to be a chunk of your body, a shoulder, which is going to be revealed around a corner before your camera can even see around the corner. This is shoulder peeking. And you do this against snipers because they think your head is about to be exposed and then they shoot early. And even if they hit your body, it doesn't one-tap you because it's only hitting a body. So that's the smallest, safest amount of peek is the jiggle peek, which is really, really important to know for snipers. Like, you don't play like Widow, but I'm just noting that when you play like snipers, this is an important, like, basic FPS, like, fundamental skill to understand the types of peeks. But you can do a shoulder peek here, right? Which is, again, they only see your shoulder. The next type is a jiggle peek, which is where I go just far enough I can see like who's out there and go right back. What's important here is it's not reactive. I don't come out, be like, oh, there's 3 people, I go back. I come out and I'm already coming back immediately without even recognizing what's out there because that eliminates the amount of time. If I go left until I see them, it's much harder for me to go back the other direction. So a jiggle peek is where I look, my head is exposed, but only for a brief moment, and it's often used to scout information or bait a shot from the enemy. Right? So just a very, very quick peek like that. So that's a jiggle peek, and that's also typically really, really safe unless they're pre-aiming the corner and have amazing reflexes. The next type of peek is like a short peek, which is where you go out this far, right? Like this maybe is like a good distance, right? Just enough where it's like, look, I want to shoot at them, I want to attack them, I come out, I shoot, I come back, and there's no reason to stand still out here. Like you might come out here and like move through this, shoot, right, and come back in as soon as you take some damage or feel in danger. So this is a wide peek. Once I go swing very much wide of the corner. Wide peeks are typically super dangerous, especially in Overwatch, because it means that I'm farther away from cover. When I do this, I can get back in cover almost instantly. When I do this, it takes me a lot longer to get back in cover. A lot longer. So that's something to think about is don't wide peek unnecessarily. If I want to shoot the, what is this? Lucio Widow. If I want to shoot the Lucio here, let's forget the Widow because you shouldn't be challenging Widow to begin with. If I want to shoot the Lucio here, I only need to come out this far to shoot him. I don't need to come out to here. Like, can I still shoot him here? I can, but it's dangerous. So if I just want to shoot the Lucio, I might as well just play close to the corner and get like a very, very short possible peek. So if we look here, rolling this back, it's a lot of time spent on peeking, which is funny because it's not even. This is a very micro thing. Like on a 1 to 100 scale of like how much this will impact your gameplay, assuming you play support, I mean you play tank and support. For tanks this is like a 20 out of 100 for impact because tanks just generally don't care about peaks at all. For supports, I would say it's moderate. It's probably like somewhere in like 50 to 60% value in terms of how much you need to know this. For DPS, this is like 90 to 100%. Like it's a huge part of playing DPS is understanding like how to peek. But anyway, going back to here, if you stopped right now, this would be basically a jiggle peek, right? You come right back right away. At this point, we can call this a short peek, okay? Because you've gone a little bit farther from the corner. This is a wide peek. You see how much farther you got? This is almost like 3 body lengths all the way out here. This means that the Widow is going to have way more time to shoot you as a result. Okay, see how you come all the way out? And she definitely could have taken that shot and killed you. Her crosshair was actually on your head. So that's something you'd be thinking about is when there are snipers, specifically Widow, but also to some extent Hanzo, I need to be careful about how far I peek out, for sure. It's also important in general, but I would note that you always need to be thinking about something like that. Alright, you're going to switch up here. I think this is okay, because your Mercy obviously can't heal them, so I think this is fine. Let's think for a second. You're going to throw a Suzu here. Do we need Suzu right now? Cassie's at half health, so like 105 health. He's inside of a doorway, which he might get killed through this, but the Orisa's also standing in front of him. So this doesn't feel like a Suzu to me. Like I think the odds of him dying are extremely low right now because the Orisa's already in front. Now, Suzu has a 14-second cooldown, which puts it in not the highest tier for slowest cooldowns, but the second tier after that. This is a pretty long ability, which means you can't use it for the next 14 seconds. And one of the important things about winning games is keeping tools that help you change the situation. Okay, something bad happens, I use my tools to turn something bad into not a big problem anymore, right? Tools are used to fix problems, which means if you waste tools like Suzu when you didn't need to, that's bad. And it means that if something, like for example, if Risa takes a lot of damage here, you can't throw Suzu to save her because you wasted Suzu right now. Now sometimes you'll make the wrong call, which is you threw Suzu, you save Suzu and they'll die. That's obviously not good as well. But a huge part about learning how to play is understanding what is my risk tolerance, what is the likelihood they will die right now. So for me, having played, thousands of hours of Overwatch, I look at this and be like, Cassie's not going to die here, I don't throw Suzu. For you, you might think, oh, Cassie's in the doorway, he might die, you throw Suzu. I'm just noting, I don't think this is a good call for you to throw Suzu in this situation. This is a bad peek. So, thinking for a second, is it your job to come all the way over here? Again, if the team knows you're here, they can go and push you. Could you swift step away? You could, but that means then you don't have swift step. So I don't want to allow the enemy team to force out my abilities easily. Because as soon as they come in, if they apply pressure to me, I have to swift step somewhere, which means nobody's going to be healing the Orisa, which means they can run over the Orisa. So I don't think you should be playing this angle. I think you should just be playing right here and heal your Orisa, and then you're fine. So you eat another shot here. I don't think you really need to peek right now. I mean, they're good headshots out there. I think you're doing a good job keeping your crosshair at level. But I would just note here, it's not really your job to deal with the Widow in this situation. They're not really pushing anyway. So I can play safe here and stay at this angle, heal the Orisa, and be very careful, jiggle peek until the Widow shoots. Once the Widow shoots, then I can apply more pressure. But when she hasn't shot, I think you'd be very careful about that. All right. Sombra's gonna sneak up behind your Bastion right here. See how you're missing healing? Every heal that you miss, every paper you miss is 11 healing. Yeah. So, Sombra shows up. What do? Attack the Sombra, right? Your Bastion's basically full health. I attack the Sombra, heal, attack the Sombra, attack the Sombra, heal, attack the Sombra, attack the Sombra, heal, right? That's the common weapon. Attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal. What do? You're gonna Suzu. But does your Bastion need Suzu right now? Does he look like he's gonna die? He has both you and the Mercy pocketing him right now. There's no way the Sombra could kill him. Even if the Sombra is a top 500, she can't, mathematically cannot kill him if there's two supports healing. So this is another wasted Suzu that was unnecessary. Alright, she translocates out. So you'll notice that your Orisa is super low. So after she's gone, I immediately go back to healing my Orisa. So that should be 110 health right now for the Orisa. Instead, you fire all these papers just into the wall here, doing nothing. And now your Orisa is running low in health. Because she's running low in health, she needs to back up, which means that she's now giving up space, which allows the Junker Queen to go in on your Cassidy. If your Orisa had full health, she could go in and just fight the Junker Queen. But she doesn't do that because she's scared, because she doesn't understand why she's not getting healing. And I think from playing tank, you understand this experience too, where you want to step up, you want to fight, but all of a sudden your healing stops and you're like, oh, what's going on? I'm at half health, and then you need to back up. But her backing up now leaves the Cassidy exposed, right? So the Cassidy could die here. He doesn't, but he could have, and in some other situations he will, because you're just not healing the tank, right? I'm not saying heal bot exclusively. I'm just saying that you got to do your job. Every single time your heal is on off cooldown, right? Whenever it's ready, you should be popping a heal out, which is roughly after every 2 kunais doing 1 heal. Again, you can do 1 kunai, 1 heal if you need to, but generally 2 kunais, 1 heal is the right timing. So you want all the heals going. Good heal accuracy here. Attack. This is kind of a dangerous alley to be spamming, but you don't have a lot of trades right now. So, Orisa's here, right? Attack, attack. Now you should be popping a heal into your Orisa. Is that what's happening? No, you throw 1 more kunai. This is 1 kunai too many. You should be healing the Orisa, who should be having 110 more health right now. She's getting super low. She's critical. I'm throwing Suzu right now. When heroes are critical, good timing to throw Suzu. Critical, visible by the enemy, throw Suzu. Throw your Suzu. Oh wait, you don't have Suzu. Why don't you have Suzu? Because you wasted it 6 seconds ago or 8 seconds ago trying to Suzu your Bastion, who is at full health, healed by the Mercy, healed by you against a Sombra in the backline. And now that your Orisa's dead, nothing else you can do you do here matters. This is what I really want to emphasize here is if you don't have a tank, the fight is lost. Overwhelming majority of the time, the fight is lost. All you gotta do is keep the tank alive, and she's gonna hold this space here as long as she's alive. Because unless they can find a way to bypass her, which they're not with a Junker Queen, you're good. And that's what defense is just holding them there. So I'm gonna skip forwards because nothing here really matters. Like there's just no way that you can win this fight without the Junker Queen, without the Orisa. So you're just kind of, resetting here. You're gonna heal the Mercy. I would note as soon as I swift step, I want to turn back because I saw my Mercy was half health, and also you break LOS of her. But regardless, after I go here, I want to turn and I want to heal the Mercy because I saw the Mercy was low, critical right now. So you get one. Note your aim, right? That's 6 more, 2, 4, 6 healing that she should have. That's 60 more health. Then you're gonna swift step. Then what do? I'm healing, but why am I healing right now? There's nobody here. Even if you're trying to heal the Orisa, like, she doesn't really need it compared to your Mercy, who you knew was critical because you left her when she was critical. You should have swift stepped and immediately turned and started sending healing at her. And she's gonna die here to, I think, a body shot. Oh no, she dies a headshot. She's dead no matter what here. Assuming this is a powered headshot. Yeah. Wow, I'm surprised that was a headshot. Yeah, so she's gonna be dead there no matter what, but you didn't know that. So, like, that's what just like good mechanics are all about, right? Just look, turn, heal, and you could have saved here with Suzu too, if you realized it. Like if you saw the Widow here, you could have Suzu'd and saved their life. So still something you could have done about. I mean, definitely tougher, but yeah. One thing to note here is a totally reasonable thing to do after your Orisa died would have been everyone suicide. So, right? Here, Orisa's dead, this fight's over. Statistically speaking, this fight is over. So the worst thing for us to do is for us to try to retreat and then die, because that means we'll never be able to regroup for the fight that comes at the end of the second point. But if we can stay alive, that's great, because we reduce less ult charge, but it's honestly not that big a deal to die when the fight is over. Now, I wouldn't, like, give myself up. I wouldn't just, like, walk forwards right now and just be like, kill me. But I would definitely be thinking about it, how realistically I can get out at this point in time, because there's no point in this fight taking this fight without a tank. So, right here, okay, Cassidy gets a kill, yeah, I'd stay here. Like, there's no point in you trying to leave here, because Cassidy's gonna get killed, so at least you traded, so it's 4 and 4. You don't have a tank, but I don't know why you're leaving right now. I would just stay with the Cassidy, try to keep Cassidy alive, right? Be here, fight, right? Sombra's here, she probably tried to fight me. You know, we could have EM, or Suzu here to try to save. You got some options here that I think a lot of decisions here have gone wrong. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of decisions here have gone wrong. The core part was not keeping your tank alive, but even after that, I think, you know, you could have helped the Cassidy out more, you could have saved your Mercy there, and now, like, how are you going to win this fight? Because, again, no matter what your mechanics, this is going to be a 4 on 5 right now. 4 and 5, 4 and 4, but you haven't been keeping up the healing, so your Orisa's already nearly dead. And I think she actually has no cooldowns either. Oh, no, she does have cooldowns, she's just choosing not to use them. But your Orisa's going to die. Right, you got a kill, great. I don't know why you're not Suzuing right now. Right, she's hacked, takes a ton of damage. Suzu right now? No. You threw 2 more kunais before Suzuing, by the way. So that's pretty rough. And now there's nothing you can do. That's another thing I want to talk about is don't put yourself in positions where there's nothing you could have done because of the mistakes you've already made. Right? You're making so many early mistakes that later on, once the fight engages in earnest, there's literally nothing you can do. Like, even if you placed you with me right now, I can't win this fight. Like, there's nothing I can do at this point in time. Once your Orisa dies, like, what the heck am I going to do in a 2-on-4 situation, with a 3-on-4 situation? It's just not enough. Even with, like, aimbot here, I can't win this fight. Alright, coming out again. Don't walk forwards. So, you're going to pop Kitsune here. I would note, why am I popping Kitsune right now? Because their Widow's dead. You must have known their Widow was dead. It's a 5-on-4. Your tank's already advancing. I don't think you need Kitsune here. I want to wait until I actually feel like we need Kitsune to win a fight, because we should win this fight by default anyway, without Kitsune. Which is, I think, something I said in the previous video. I definitely said it in the previous video, which is you need to track how many people are up at any given time. If it's 5-on-4, we already have an advantage. I don't need to pop ultimate. Way too close there, right? A note about accuracy. like your Ramatra is just not getting any healing from you. So let's watch this from here. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this live. Okay. Attack, attack, heal. 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 So at this moment in time, that's 5 heals I should have gotten at this moment in time. 5 heals is 550 health that my Ramatra should have. Has he gotten that? He has gotten none of it. Do you actually heal at all here? You get 1 heal in, though most of it misses. Yeah, you go only 1 heal there. Like that second, and it wasn't on target. And then you try to do the second heal over here, that's also on target, off target. So instead of getting 550 healing in, you got 80 maybe? And that's why your Ramatra is so low right now. Like that's so, like a critical part of a mechanic. Just you have to weave, you have to heal, right? If you exclusively like tunnel vision on attacking, you better be really good at attacking to offset the fact that you're not healing your tank. And your tank is put in a super tough position now because now they have no health. So looking at this, your tank is critical. You throw Suzu. Funny thing, this is not a situation where I would Suzu. Why? Because your tank is on the opposite side of them. So even though he's discorded, even though he's low, the Mercy's healing him already. I don't want to Suzu until the enemy commits on him. I'm just going to keep healing him here, and then when like Junker Queen goes for an axe swing or something, then I would throw Suzu. I think this is a bad Suzu. Again, note about accuracy, right? Those 2 off target. Those are all off target, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 off target. Those are off target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like none of this healing is reaching your Ramatra, and it's forcing your Mercy to pocket him instead of pocketing this Cassidy, for example, which would give you way more value. Every second your Mercy is healing makes it more likely you will lose the game. Okay, I'm gonna just put it as clearly as I can. Every second your Mercy he's healing is you're more likely to lose the game. You want your Mercy to be damage boosting as much of the game as you possibly can. Okay, very, very, very important. Mercy is not a good healer, but she is a great damage enabler. So attack, attack, heal, right? You're just not healing. So from this moment in time, right? He's low, he's still low, he's still low, he's still low, and then he dies. That's like 2.5, 3 seconds go by where you just don't heal. Also, if you had Suzu, you could have Suzu'd here to save. And again, with no tank, nothing here matters. You are going to lose no matter what. Great, killed the Widow. Oh my god, look at the healing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything's off target. You got to put the heals on target. This is where like muscle confusion comes. This is why practice is so important, right? You want to do attack, attack, heal, right? Attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal, or attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal. It's obviously way better value to go for the Zen right here. But you see how you're healing? You're attacking. You're healing over to the Zen. Now you start attacking, but you're not healing anymore, which is fine because your Ramatra is like pretty healthy here and your Mercy's coming out. But I would just note is like this becomes so instinctual when you do it a lot. Attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal, over and over and over again. Ramatra Pup's ulti is a bad ulti. The fight's already won. You're gonna die up here. There's a Widow or Ashe. So you kill the Sombra. You eat that shot. Okay, you're now in one-shot territory. As soon as Ashe hits you, I think Ashe headshot does like 140 damage, 135, something like that. It should one-shot you in the head. So you're in one-shot territory here. Depending on how good this Ashe has been, I would definitely consider Suzuing myself right away right now. Because at 200 I'll challenge, at 131 I will not challenge. You eat another body shot, I definitely Suzu myself. At this point in time, you are one tap away anywhere on your body from dying. You cannot take this risk. This is a very sloppy risk to take, to not Suzu yourself in that situation. Which comes with instinct, right? That comes from playing Kiriko more, which goes back to my very first point about playing too many heroes. Kiriko, if you play a lot of Kiriko, you're like, you hear the gasp, your screen turns red, right? See the outside of the screen, your screen turns red, you immediately Suzu yourself. It's a very, very basic instinct about playing Kiriko is, I am in danger, I Suzu myself. Right? This is a sloppy death. So you're gonna get rezzed. Attacking, again, there's no weaving here. Note how you've missed 80% of this heal. Right? You should reload right now while you got a chance. Now you're exclusively healing and not attacking at all. I'm not totally sure. Okay, so Sombra comes in, hacks, but then she immediately leaves, and the team isn't here. So this is a bad EMP. Like, nobody here is in any danger. You don't need to throw Suzu. Just walk away. You're good. No need to throw Suzu here. This is another wasted Suzu. So this is a good call to go over to the Torb. Well, it's tricky because generally it's a good call to go over the Torb, but Torb plus turret should definitely win against Lucio, so I actually take that back. This is not a good time to go to the Torb. You should just stay on the Ramatra and rely on your Torb to win the 1v1 against the against the Lucio. What the heck? I think he gets hit by the Ashe probably. Yeah, he eats the Ashe headshot. Ashe body shot rather. Alright, great. You kill Lucio. Don't jump. Jumping is a really bad idea. Kill the Ashe finally. Cool. Good. So it stabilizes. I think your aim is pretty good. For your kunai aim is good. I think your healing actually aim is poor, but like your kunai aim is good enough. It's not an issue at all for sure. So you're missing 1 DPS right now. You got 5 people coming down. There's only the Junker Queen here. What are you popping Kitsune for right now? You're already down 1, and you have close spawn. I want them to come in and start committing a little more, and then I'll pop Kitsune, maybe we can do something. But at this moment in time, no one's going to use this Kitsune. See? Like, you see how no one's even in the path? And granted, partially that's because Junker Queen ulted, but I'm saying even if Junker Queen didn't ult, I don't think you could have done anything with this Kitsune. I think this Kitsune is a waste. It's just not the right time. It's good Suzu to cleanse. I would note here is that I would look around and be like, okay, who gets hit by this? Because in particular, my Ramacha's not going to die here. Where is my Mercy? So I would have turned, looked, and been like, oh, Mercy's here, and I would throw Suzu here between us to cleanse the Mercy. My Racha's not going to die here under any scenario. Junker Queen's never going to be popping ulti and going after a tank. He's going after your back line. So your job here was to save the Mercy with Suzu. Do you do that? You do not, and then she's going to die. So with Mercy dead, unlikely you can win this fight. You're still stepping to keep yourself alive, and then that's it. Alright, you're going to play Illari. I actually think Illari is actually pretty good. Right? You're going to regularly pop headshots here. I think your aim, your regular like attack aim is pretty good. And I'm surprised you actually swapped off Illari. Where's your pylon, by the way? Oh, your pylon's in a bad spot. So let's rewind a little bit. So I don't want to throw pylon here because we're gonna get the space from here to the gate for free. Almost never is a team ever gonna be able to lock you in behind the bus. So I actually want to step forward right now, take corners, and then throw the pylon somewhere where it can heal us when we're out here. So I'd be thinking, okay, push up, try to take this corner, and then throw the pylon like all the way over here so that everyone here can be healed, but nobody can shoot it on the opposing team. You see the Ashe? Yep. You gotta be careful about that. The Ashe on high ground is a real threat. Right? Yeah, keeping the Mei alive is good. I would try throwing the pylon further back so that it doesn't get destroyed. Heal the Orisa. The tracking aim here is not good. Right, so this should be healed, this should be healed. You see how you're non-target, 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 finally on target. Stuff like that will cost you, because then people will die. May die, not really a lot you can do there. So they're going to kill your pylon probably. This is a wide peak, see how far away you are from cover? This is super dangerous. Don't run the straight line, that Ashe can definitely kill you. So, by the way, you're shooting a little bit early. You really want the beam to charge all the way. I can just call it railgun. So that was like okay. This one, okay. This one, I think you shoot way too early, right? Way too early. Let it get all the way, basically to the top, then shoot it. It significantly lowers your DPS if you're shooting it early. Don't run the straight lines. Oh, you're looking to throw pylon, but it's on cooldown. See how you're continually tapping your shot early, right? Early, right? Pylon good, so you're gonna have a real shot here. So good shot, early, right? Full shot, half shot, right? Full shot, good. Now you reload. I don't know what this outburst is. Oh, you're doing ulti. So this is actually a good idea. Like, you pop ulti to get over the top. I totally understand this. I think this is a reasonable play. You try to solo the Zen with it. I think it's reasonable here. And it forces sound barrier out. It's crazy that you got sound barrier this fast. But it forces sound barrier out, so I think this is actually a perfectly fine ulti. I know you were saying like, oh, I think the ultis had no value. Forcing using Captive Sun to force out sound barrier is 100% worth it. Yeah, no question. And you do some good hits, right? You force the ulti out of that. I would have been thinking to back out from here, right? Get the other side of the statue. Right? Still good aim on the Zen. You get low. Up here, I don't think you can drop because the Junker Queen would chase me. So I would throw Pylon on the back, like, you know, somewhere over here, and then I would just stay up top and then continue dueling the Zen until I got more health and I can leave. But dropping right now is gonna get you killed. Alright, coming out again. I would outburst to get out there faster. Right? Like, it's so important to get out there faster. If you get out here a little faster, if you're already out to here, you're here, right? And then you start pocketing the Orisa through this, you heal for 150 health a second. It's nuts. Like, you can easily pocket the Orisa through this, but you didn't because you didn't use outburst to get out of the spawn. Little things like that, like just being late to a fight, right? Just outburst right now, right away, and you're already going to be like 15 meters ahead, and that means you're going to be out here and able to save the Orisa, and then everyone can stay alive. But now you have to wait again because you let your Orisa die. Everyone's purple. Yep. Try to get the kill. Okay, walls off. So what do we do right now? Well, you're going to go over the top and try to get kills. I think this is okay as a play. I think I would probably have just stayed back here and kept my Mercy alive. But you're going to mess it up. Your Mercy's still low, or was low. You're ignoring the Junker Queen completely, which is way too dangerous. She can just kill you so fast. I have no idea why she doesn't. Right? She's like on top of you. She can just axe you right now. Like, you're just not paying attention at all. Right, now you outburst. You force trance, okay, that's good, but there's no reason for you to be here on the point at all. This is not your job to touch the point. I think you just wanted to stay in the back, regroup with your team. I think this is all, everything here is a mistake. There's no reason for you to be this far forward. You haven't changed your pylon location. Everything is bad. All right. Orisa up. You should be healing you should have already been healing your Orisa. You're all the way to full. All the way to full. Right? And then you can focus on attacking. I don't know why you're popping outburst there. So you pop ulti here, you hit 2. Note that you can see the Bob here and your Mercy in the air. You should be healing the Mercy right now. You should also be thinking, where do you want to end, right? I think flying over here and just landing with her would have been totally reasonable. But you're staying in the open, you're not paying attention, and then you're going to die to the Bob. Which you easily could have killed, or you could have LOS'd, or you could have gone after the Ashe. Like, you got a lot of options here, and you're just having trouble like with the speed of gameplay and not keeping track of what's been happening in the fight. Because you see, or hear the Bob right now. Now you see the Bob on your screen. You see it's attacking the Mercy. Right? You should be healing the Mercy right now because she's critical. But instead, you're attacking the Ashe, which is still okay, but you're standing in line of sight of the Bob, and then you're going to die. Back to Kiriko. Your team wins without you. Ulti is popped. Okay, great. No problem. Swift step out of it if you need to. I would have Swift stepped first. I would have turned, Swift step to the soldier, and then throw Suzu to save my teammates on the left. Because now you don't have Suzu for them. Don't peek that, right? Because you're low. Yep, that's the right call. Nope. Your Mercy really... I would tap X here, or whatever the console equivalent is, to indicate you need healing. That way your Mercy heals you right now. Because she's clearly not paying attention and does not notice the fact that you're taking so much damage. Right? She has a lot of time to heal you. I think that's where you tap X. You've decided to be aggressive here. This can work. This can also be a throw. It depends on how good your aim is. And I would say this is okay, because you kill the turrets, which is good. And sound barrier gets forced. I think that was okay, but I think in general, I'm not a big fan of plays like that. Because I just don't think my aim is good enough to compensate for not being there with my team, right? Because every single time every second you sit there with your team, you have the opportunity to pump in another 110 healing into them, which is great. Like, that's a lot of healing, and you can just regularly keep doing that. It's like 78 damage a second on average. So it's very hard to out damage that kind of value in a lot of situations. You kill the Zen, great. I would stay away from the Junker Queen. Attack Lucio. Hey, get the headshot, great. Don't forget you melee, yeah, good. Heal. I think I also would have considered... I would have probably Swift stepped and Suzu right there. The reason why I'd Swift step here to a forward position is because I know there's multiple dead heroes. So in this 4-on-2 situation, I want to make sure that Soldier lives and they all die here very consistently. So I think Swift stepping and Suzuing is the best call. I don't know why you threw Suzu here. No one's even looking at Orisa. Alright, you've taken it for free. Again, attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal. I'm gonna go back from the point where your Orisa starts taking damage. Alright, Kitsune's popped. I don't agree with popping Kitsune here because almost always on offense you can take up to here for free. So I want to pop here when the enemy is actually contesting. If the enemy's going to give me the space anyway, why should I burn resources to take it from them? You know, I want to wait until they're actually like, yes, this is where I actually want to fight. Then I pop Kitsune to force them to have to fight with a disadvantage. But from here, you should be gaining your weaving pattern. Heal, attack, attack. Heal, attack, attack. Heal, attack, attack. So we'll start from here. Heal, attack, attack. Heal, attack, attack. Heal. Once again, your Orisa should have 210 more health than she does right now, but she doesn't because you're not healing her, which makes it super hard for her to do her job. Like, this is generally speaking a correct call. Like, she got Kitsune, right? She's being aggressive. She's trying to fight in right now, and then she gets blown up. You gotta be healing the tank. You don't heal the tank, you're just gonna lose games. Alright, coming out again. They pop sound barrier. I don't know what the heck that Suzu was. Like, it looks like you're literally throwing the Suzu at the enemy team. I have no idea what you're thinking. You gotta be healing the Mei. You see the Mei's critical right now. Like, the Mei should be your #1 target. Orisa's spinning already, and she's fortified, and she's 3/4 health, and she's a tank. Your Mei needs to be healed. This is the priority, is healing the Mei right now. Yeah, you just don't even try to heal the Mei. Okay, you finally up back on her, but now nobody's healing your tank, FYI. You're going for your flank. Great. I mean, you kill the Ashe. I think this is still a questionable play. And then you're gonna die. Yeah, I mean, like, yes, you managed to kill the Ashe here, but I think it would have been better off just staying with your tank. Again, this is like your Mercy's job to be helping the DPS, and your job is to be helping the tank. Unless you're giving your tank constant healing, like, it's just so hard to play tank. Off-target healing again. So, similar to Baptiste, where should I be? I should be somewhere out here so I can heal, attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal, attack, attack. Is that what's happening? No, I'm on the other side of the cart in the Mega Room, which means I can't heal my tank, which means my tank is going to die here without getting healed. Like, your tank is going crazy long periods without getting healed. Like, I want to see how long it is since the last time you healed your tank. Because I'm actually curious. See, you're not, like, even bothering to even check if your tank is low. You see how your tank's already taking damage? I literally... Okay, that's the last heal, and it's a bad heal on the tank, but we'll take it. We'll take it. So let's see how long it is until you heal your tank again. 1. Oh, no, you're healing right now. Okay, fine. Again, you shouldn't be swinging this way. Swing this way to keep the heal on target. But that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your tank goes 8 seconds without getting healed by you. As a reminder, you are the main healer in this lineup. You should be keeping the tank alive. But you're not playing that way, right? You're playing like someone who wants to off angle, who wants to be damaging, wants to get the picks. And your aim is like decent for your level, but it's not good enough to compensate for the fact that you don't have a tank because you're not healing her. And again, once the tank's dead, fight's over. So you're in final fight territory, right? Everything's got to be perfect from here to win. Your tank is already dead. Wow, it sucks. I wouldn't walk in a straight line here. Not your job to touch the cart. Don't worry about touching the cart here, right? Just be like, hey, try to keep the tank up. Try to pressure high ground. I would pop Kitsune by now, because like this is critical. All you gotta do is win one fight here, and you're good. So I would definitely be popping Kitsune here because this is super dangerous with 3 people on high ground and your tank being separated from you. I think even swift stepping here and then popping Kitsune would also be reasonable, but I'd be worried about Rampage. I don't know why you're popping Suzu right now. So, your Orisa's at 2/3 health and she's spinning. This is a bad time to be popping Suzu. She's not in any danger of dying and she's being healed by your Mercy. Like, stuff like that is where it's part of your risk analysis for when you need to throw Suzu or not. Like, injured, squishy hero, visible by enemy, that's when you Suzu. Not 2/3 health tank going behind cover with a damage mitigation ability activated while being healed by some other support. That's not when you throw Suzu. So this is probably going to be fight losing as a result. So, a lot's going on right now. First of all, you do this, Sound Barrier goes off. My goal in Sound Barrier is not to get a kill, because Sound Barrier gives everyone 750 more health, which means no one's dying on the opposing team unless they get grabbed or something. My goal here is not to do damage. My goal here is to keep people alive. We need to survive the length of time of Sound Barrier, then we can go back to whatever we're doing and kill them. But most important thing here is survival, not attacking. Right? You see how you're attacking all these extra kunais? You need to be healing teammates. You need to be healing teammates, and your soldier's gonna die. So you actually hear this the whole time. So from the moment that Sound Barriers popped, your correct call would have been to climb up here and immediately duel the Ashe, which you knew that she was on high ground previously. That's always been a problem for you when you came in, because when you walked in initially, there's 3 people on high ground when you came in right now. So you should have thought, hey, at some point I may need to help clear this. It's like your soldier's trying to do it, but there's just 3 people here, so you can't do it. So you pop Kitsune, they react to Sound Barrier, but high ground doesn't get Sound Barrier here. See, the Ashe doesn't get Sound Barrier, so just climb up here and kill the Ashe. And if you kill the Ashe, your soldier gets the Mega, and then you're good to go. Right? He's gonna get killed by Dynamite here. Like, that was your game-winning play right there. Dragon's coming. Oh, God. So, you can see the dragon width. You can just go to the left wall here. But even if that wasn't enough space, you could just climb up the left wall here, and you're good to go. I don't think I see you climb in the entire time you're playing Kiriko, which makes me think that either you don't know that Kiriko can climb, or you don't instinctively think about navigating the map through wall climb. Which, again, is something that you would get much better at if you played one hero consistently. Like, none of this feels like you are super comfortable on Kiriko. Also, this is not a time to be looking for the Mega. You have to keep your Orisa alive here, because if Orisa dies, fight's over regardless. So I would already be looking to swift step to the Orisa, and then fight it out. Because, like, if Junkery wants to kill you, you're dead. Like, I don't know. My point being is, thinking of yourself selfishly here is not going to win the fight. You got to save your team here, even at low health. Like, I got to be swift stepping over and seeing what I can do to possibly change this. Because as soon as the Orisa goes down, there's no way to win the fight. Alright. So, biggest thing, by a large margin, please keep your tank alive if you are the main healer for your team. Like, that is, like, the most critical thing. Arguably could have won you the game, just that. Because there's fight after fight after fight, your tank is dying because you're just not healing them for long stretches. That's like the biggest problem, number 1. Number 2, I would say, is wasted abilities. Suzu and Lamp are like the biggest culprits here that you're wasting. I think your Illari play was like mostly fine, and I think your aim is good enough that Illari, I think, feels like a good pick for you, because I think that you are a better aimer than a lot of people in this lobby. Again, if you're queued to people who are lower than you, then you're going to be one of the best players in the lobby. So I don't think you needed to switch off Illari in that situation, FYI. But regardless, I think I would end by noting that I really think you should focus on picking like 1, maybe 2 heroes per role and forcing those 2 every single game, rather than trying to rotate through a large list of heroes. If you enjoy playing a lot of heroes, then go ahead and do so. It's a game. It's fun. If you want to do that, go ahead. But like, if you're thinking about like, how do I get better, trying to constantly swap to another hero is going to inhibit your growth. All right, I will stop there. Hopefully it's helpful.